Hello everyone, this is Floridient, and today I'm going to introduce you to an ecosystem that's living with me in my bedroom. And you may be asking, but Floridient, why keep insects in your bedroom? Well, the answer is very simple. At the end of a long day, I wanted nothing more than to gaze into the unfolding drama of this bedside microcosm. A drama that would include a host of many kinds, from millipedes to snails, and even some temporary monsters, such as this Mediterranean house gecko. I introduced earthworms to aerate the soil and support the cleanup crew, which was composed of springtails, symphyla, and many isopods of all colors and moods. And even some alien species, I presume, had landed in my tank. If anybody knows what this is, please tell me. Just to show you how I set up this little heaven, I began by creating a background because I didn't want to look at my wall. There are very few artistic synonyms for what I'm doing, but it turned out well for my first attempt. My original plan was to just allow this vivarium to grow into itself and culture with some of the microorganisms and springtails found in the soil naturally, but this sow bug showed up anyway. Just like a god, I hand-selected only the most beautiful and fairest of all creatures to populate this new planet of mine, and they were also very entertaining to watch. They reminded me of people in so many ways, like this little sunbathing ritual. Like demons from the underworld, some creatures emerged unexpectedly, such as this disgusting rove beetle larva. But it takes all kinds in a vivarium, and I welcome him nonetheless. Hopefully, he will transform into a less offensive resident. Next were the slugs, juicy and magnificent. But perhaps more than anything else, it's the millipedes that I watched the most. They reminded me of little foraging dragons. I supplied a natural litter of fig, maple, and bamboo leaves for them, depending on whatever was in season at my house. Leave it to an isopod to make an old fig leaf look so delicious. Though it may have been unnecessary, I could not resist the urge to feed them, especially in the beginning. I wanted to ensure that they had a running start, and soon there were many, many children. enjoy this time-lapse of a fresh persimmon wedge. I have watched it many times, and I always see something new. I really enjoyed moments like these, where the entire vivarium would gather to feast. Even the gecko had a seat at the table. Watch carefully, and you may even see a Cuban greenhouse frog make a rare appearance. As the vivarium matured, so did my role as its god, and it was time to simulate natural rainfall as best as my ability would allow. Truly, this is where this vivarium shines. Everything came out after the rain to enjoy the wet earth, but the snails, above all, were really in their element here. Even the millipedes were waking from their sleep to come enjoy the rain. All of the creatures had become abundant and fair, but fairer still they could be. My vivarium was at last becoming very biodiverse, but I was not sated. I needed more. I required spectacular organisms, which I could not find in my yard. And so I introduced a remarkable creature, one that has only been known since 2016, the Rubber-Ducky isopod. In nature, they belong to the caves in Thailand, so I hope that I can at least make this a little comfortable for them. These were very shy creatures, and it's no surprise to me that they remained undiscovered for so long. They have long lifespans for isopods and breed rather infrequently. If my vivarium is Middle-earth, then these are my elves. I sincerely hope that they favor the conditions in my vivarium and reproduce strong families. But only time will tell, and perhaps in future videos you will see more of them. ecosystems developing within this little ecosystem, such as with this bromeliad. It was becoming a hot spot where creatures of all sizes and shapes were coming here to drink the water that accumulated between the leaves, and some of the braver sort attempting to get the water from the very center. All of the creatures that live in this tank can give back to the bromeliad by sometimes falling in. Their bodily tissues will be decomposed and devoured by the hungry bromeliad, but as they say, death is the toll booth on the road of life. Rest in peace, you brave souls. Once I offered a piece of cat food to see what would eat it, and I was surprised that the answer to that question is everything. Behold, the Cubaris marina, perhaps my favorite specimen in the entire vivarium. There's just something so innocent about his humbly orange carapace that I cannot overlook. I'm still working out a name for him. Let me know what you think it should be. After all, he is the mascot of my channel. Life was everywhere, and it could be found even deep within the soil, where burrowing, ring-legged earwigs guarded their nests. Their tunnels spanned every inch of the vivarium, and they were alive. Little springtails and isopods wandered them, strange fungi bloomed in them, and doubtless countless imperceptible lives dwelt therein, from life to inevitable death. Well, it's been about 6 months since I began this vivarium, and there are more isopods than ever before. In the future, I plan to add even more wildlife, and as the weather cools, I intend to go venturing into the local wilderness to see what secret life awaits. I became inspired to make a little vernal pool in my tank and see what that changes, if anything. And I'll showcase this in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will visit again.